Before your show here at the Legend Club at Milan this evening, let's talk about the latest Melancholia Hymns album. It is a job where electronic sounds become more and more important. Which led you make this choice?
So, by the end of the writing process of Heaven and Earth, so that's 2015, that's when I started playing with the guys, and then we toured for about 2 years, and we came here, we came to Milan.
Yeah.
And along those 2 years we had lots of conversations about what we wanted to do next. It's quite a long time that had gone past without really sitting down and writing songs, and it kind of slowly became apparent that these kind of electronic or electronica influences were starting to kind of seep their way in. When we're in the van driving, you'd start hearing a lot more electronica, and Andrew was really into it, and also Andrew had written some songs on the piano that he kind of showed us, and he was like, I don't even know if this is an Arcane Roots song, but I've written these songs on the piano and they're all amazing, and we like them and our managers like them, and everyone, it kind of just felt like this kind of, we turned a page almost. And I think we just collectively got to the point where we were like, well, let's not think about what's expected, or let's not think about what people are assuming we're going to do in terms of writing another record. Let's just follow the path of whatever feels natural. And that's where we all kind of found this common ground and with this new sound, and it excited all of us. It took some time to kind of really understand what we were trying to do, but 2 years later, or however many years later, I think we've done it now. So yeah, it was just a very slow kind of transition where lots of electronic influences were coming in, and we were all just kind of trying to stay open to whatever music excited us, be it rock or be it jazz or be it electronica or hip hop or anything. And we were like, that sounds good. Let's work with that.
Okay. And then this album was preceded by some single videos like Mattero and Curtains, which have created great expectation for your fans. How are they responding now?
You know what? When we first released Curtains, which was the first song we put out, we were expecting there to be a divide. You know, half the people really like it and really dig the sound, and then half the people were like, nah, don't like it, not what I was expecting. But the reaction was so good, it was so positive. We first put it out on the radio, and I think everyone was expecting like a big rock song, and that song Curtains, it really takes a while before you get that payoff at the end. And then since then, everyone has just accepted and embraced that this is the kind of new sound that we're going for, and it's been amazing. Like, I can't thank any fan enough for the kind words they've said about the album, and every single that came out, everyone was really into it. Matter, everyone loved that, and Off the Floor, which is the latest one, Off Floor and Indigo, the latest two that came out, everyone's just been really, really nice about them. And we've been playing them live, and it's the first time we've really toured extensively since these songs have been out, and it's really nice to kind of hear people sing along like they do with the older songs. So yeah, I'm happy, feel good.
Yeah, so good. Then, beyond the music, do you have other passions?
Other passions?
Yeah.
Other than music?
Yeah.
You know what? I'm not very good at anything else. I used to like a bit of sports, but I started playing music and I got bored of everything else. So whether I'm, if it's not playing music with these guys, it's playing music with other people, or playing music on your own, or writing on your own, or writing with other people. There's enough to do in music. I'm not good enough to really be able to do anything else. But we all have other kind of hobbies a little bit. But to be honest, especially when the album comes round, there is so much to do. Kind of have to put everything to the side. Put that basketball career to the side. I'll work on that later. Yeah.
Okay. You are considered to be one of the most talented band in the last 10 years.
Who said that?
Yeah. And do you feel? What do you feel to have such a level, such this level?
I'm just very grateful that people would say something so nice. I don't think we ever let anything kind of get to our heads. I think we're very grounded. We keep each other grounded, and especially for me, like whenever we play a really big show or we play with one of our favourite bands, and I kind of have that moment where I'm like pinching myself, being like, is this really happening? I never get that kind of feeling where I'm like, yeah, I'm amazing, I deserve it. If anything, it's the opposite. I'll watch the band we're playing with and I'll be like, oh, we need to be doing that, or oh right, okay, I need to practice this, that and the other. I think it's far more healthy to work on your your weaknesses rather than kind of show off your strengths.
Okay. Yes, it's fantastic. Then you come from London, a big city, a city that has given a birth to great band in the past and the present. What do you think about the British music scene now and the global scene?
I think music in general is. I always have a back and forth with the whole kind of digital releases and the fact that anyone can release an album now. It's not, back in the day, especially in the glory days of London, where bands like the Who, you put out your record and you'd have your label, and people would just be sitting there listening to a radio, and that's how the word spread about your band. It was word of mouth. Whereas now there's so many ways people can find out about your band, and that's a good thing. And I think that's one of the pros for kind of the internet age that we have now, is that you can do a lot more yourself, which is good. If you have a laptop, you can buy something for £100 and you can record your own album if you wanted to, which a lot of people have. Like James Blake released, I think, his first album he recorded in his bedroom on his laptop, and that's really good at empowering people who don't have the money to, or don't have the facilities to seek out something else like that. But on the other side, it's there's so much out there that it's diluted a little bit, and there's a lot of politics in the music industry, I think, and there's a lot of people focus so much on what's cool, and I feel like they're not listening to the message that the band are trying to put out there, and I think that's a shame. But I think if I was in any other industry, I'd probably find a similar pattern. So in all, I think it's good. I think we're very lucky that in London, obviously, there's a lot of opportunities there. But we feel very lucky that we get to come to lovely places like this and and play for lovely people.
Okay, a last question for you. By a well-established band, do you have some music advice for our fan?
I would say, if you're starting a band, do you mean?
Yeah.
I'd say that the first thing you need to do is 100% put all your focus into your craft before you share it with everyone, because especially in this day and age, you have one shot to kind of really be a new thing, or be fresh and excite people and be that new band that everyone's talking about. And I think the mistake a lot of people make is they'll go, oh yeah, I've been playing for a bit, we've got this song that's alright, I recorded it, doesn't sound great, I'm going to put it out. And I think it's if you really focus on the quality of your music being at a constant high, I think people respond to that, definitely. And people appreciate when you put the effort in. I think that's what I've always found with anything I've ever done, is that if you really work at it, and you always make sure that anything you're putting out is the best you can do, and not Sunday afternoon, I'm a bit full, I'll do it. It has to be the best you can do at all times, and I think people respond to that. So get your craft down first before you start looking at how, a manager or a label, they don't want to know that until they know that you are so in control of your own sound, or so in control of your band, and you know exactly what you want to be, you know how you're going to achieve it. That's what people want to hear, because it is a business. Music, it is a business, and I think a lot of people ignore that, and it's not. I understand why, because you want it to be an art, but you have to remember that these labels, they have little time these days for developing bands. They kind of want you to be the finished package already, and then they'll go, okay, we'll put your album out. Okay. We'll put our name on it. Okay. Hi, Rock Rebel Magazine, this is Jack here from Arcane Roots. Thank you very much for having me. Thank you for having me in your lovely country and in Milan as well. Hope to see you all very soon. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.